Good morning. It is Coach Erica here, your friendly and fabulous personal trainer and menopause coach. Why do we encourage you to do intervals so much? Well, today I'm going to give you 4 reasons why interval training is such an effective workout. Number 1, interval training really challenges your heart and lungs. So just by nature of using those organs and muscles more, then you're going to make your heart and lungs stronger. So that system is going to be stronger just from using them in a more difficult way, right? Just like lifting weights, the stronger and the more you challenge them, the stronger they'll become. So number 1, it's going to strengthen your heart and lungs. Number 2, it's going to improve your anaerobic base. What does that mean? When we're doing easier steady state exercise, our body is able to use oxygen to create energy. It can break down fat molecules with oxygen, good morning, and use that energy to power your movement, right? So I'm talking about my second reason why interval training is so great, and it's because it boosts your anaerobic base. So what is your anaerobic base? So I was just explaining that at lower intensities, your body is able to use oxygen to break down fat and use that to fuel your exercise. As you increase intensity, you get to a line or a point where your body needs calories faster than it can use them in that process. So, using oxygen to break down fat, use some carbs, and create energy takes some time. If you are needing those calories faster than your body can do that, it switches, does not use oxygen, and switches to mostly burning sugars, which doesn't require oxygen. That's called your anaerobic line. Interval training helps, good morning, interval training helps boost that anaerobic line. So, in other words, say like today you go out and you do a hard interval, and I'm talking about like hard cardio type intervals, say mountain climbers or burpees. You go out, you do a workout that has mountain climbers or burpees. Your base might be here. It is where the baseline, it might be down here where your body needs to switch from burning the fat using oxygen to burning your sugars. We want you to be able to burn fat as long as possible, right? Good morning. We have a lot of people joining this morning. We want you to be able to burn fat as long as possible. But when you hit that base, you go into your sugars. So if today you do burpees, your base is here, you switch into sugars. But doing those intervals multiple times in several weeks, the next time, say next month, you do that workout with intervals and burpees, your anaerobic line is now here. So now your body can handle more intensity, more work, using the oxygen and burning the fat before it can't handle it anymore, and it needs to switch to your sugars. So doing intervals in a smart way on a regular basis helps boost that anaerobic base higher so your body can handle burning fat at a larger capacity, right? So we want that to happen. Whether you are an athlete or a general fitness warrior, we want to increase that anaerobic base, and intervals help do that. In order to help do that, though, your intervals have to be true intervals, which is you boost up into that anaerobic level for a very short amount of time, and then you come down and give yourself a break. You boost it, you come give yourself a break. You don't want to do sustained work up here because that just wears you out and creates stress versus that up, down, which actually promotes the adaptation. So reason number 1, it just increases the strength of your heart and lungs. Reason number 2, intervals are so great is because it boosts your anaerobic base. Number 3, I always go out here and you can't see me. Number 3, a lot of research has shown over the years that intervals in the same amount of time, good morning, burn a lot more calories over a longer period of time. So if you do 30 minutes of steady state, say like running on a treadmill, or 30 minutes of intervals, if you're doing your intervals high enough, at a high enough intensity, super hard, then you will probably burn more calories than you did at the steady state running. In addition, what the research has shown is that when you're doing the intervals, the amount of calories you continue burning after the workout, it's called EPOC, post-exercise oxygen consumption, I think is what it stands for. That's testing my knowledge from way back when. Your EPOC stays elevated higher, longer, for more hours. So that means you continue burning calories, excuse me, for longer after you finish your workout when you do the intervals than when you do the steady state, if you're doing them at high enough intensity. So calorie burn is number 3. All right. So number 1, increases strength in heart and lungs. Number 2, your anaerobic base improves. Number 3, it just burns more calories, especially when you finish the exercise. The last reason, number 4, is I've talked about before, for women who might be going through hormonal symptoms due to menopause, like hot flashes and night sweats. Interval training has been shown to help reduce hot flashes. But again, the key of all of this is that you are going in a high enough intensity. That means out of a scale of like 1 to 10, you need to be up at that 9 range, 10, 8, 9, 10, that like max you can do for short bursts of time. If you are not getting up to that high enough intensity, none of this really works as effectively as it could, right? And that's one of the biggest mistakes I see when people start intervals is, you're just not used to working hard like that, because we're not used to running from a wild animal or running from a robber, right? That's the intensity you need to be at. So we don't know what that feels like, and it feels very uncomfortable and can feel scary. So a heart rate monitor is a great way to look at how hard you're truly working. If you're doing an interval and you look down and your heart rate's at 120, that might feel really hard, but 120 is probably not very hard or hard enough for you to get those benefits. And you're welcome to reach out to me if you need help with heart rate. So that perceived exertion has to be what you think your max really is for very short bursts of time in order for intervals to work. All right, so our 4, again, increases strength of heart and lungs, increases anaerobic base, burns more calories, and may help with hormone symptoms. That's it for today. Quick, easy, go out, do those intervals several times a week, feel the benefits, reap the benefits. Have a great day, and I will see you next Thursday.